At the same time, the Rothschilds were expanding across Europe. Another family was rising in the United States, one that followed a similar structure, but in a different domain: the DuPont family. Before the DuPont name existed in America, the line traces back to European nobility. One early ancestor was Roger III Dumaine, the nephew of King Odo, successor of his brother King Robert of West Francia. Roger III Dumaine married into the Carolingian royal bloodline through Princess Rotilda, merging the Francia royal bloodlines. But like many royal lines after the fragmentation of Charlemagne's empire, the crown did not last. The power changed form. The bloodline did not disappear, it moved. From France to Italy to Germany, and eventually to the United States, where it re-emerged not as monarchy, but as industry. And there, it followed a familiar pattern. Throughout the 19th century, the American DuPont family recorded at least 7 cousin marriages. Not random, not incidental, structured. In the mid-1700s, Pierre Samuel DuPont de Nemours wrote down his belief for the family structure. The marriages that I should prefer for our colony would be between the cousins. In that way, we should be sure of honesty of soul and purity of blood. From then on, much of the family aimed to live up to his expectations. Rear Admiral Samuel Francis DuPont had married his cousin, Sophie, the daughter of his father's brother. In 1915, his great-nephew, Pierre DuPont, who had become the president of the family's business, A. DuPont de Nemours and Company, married his cousin Alice Belin. Pierre's cousin Alfred also married his cousin, Bessie, with whom he had 4 children. One of their other cousins, Eugene, also married his cousin, as it was the fashion to do so, in this generation especially. Because at the highest levels of power, marriage is not about expansion, it is about preservation. The upper elite families, the royal houses of Europe, had already established this model hundreds of years before. They maintained control through tightly managed internal marriages, preserving what they considered a continuous lineage across generations. Their power was not local, it was global. One branch ruling one nation, another branch ruling another, all part of the same extended system. Much like families in the lower elite, powerful within industries, regions, or nations, but not across the entire system. But some small few families adapted. The Rothschilds did, and the DuPonts did. They mirrored the same internal marriage structures, preserving lineage, consolidating influence, and maintaining continuity across generations. And as history shows us, when families operate under the same rules, they usually merge. While the Rothschilds were financing wars across Europe, the DuPonts were supplying the material that made those wars possible: gunpowder, manufacturing, industrial force. This made the marriage of Claude-André Stéphanie Marie DuPont to James Nathaniel Rothschild of much importance to both sides. Power is preserved by design by the elite who, unlike the masses, work towards the bigger picture. Time is seen for what it is: generational constructs, not momentary episodes. The elite do not think in moments, they think in generations. This is why scandal, exposure, protests, and even revolutions do nothing to change their influence and control. Learn how bloodlines connect across centuries in L, Origin of the Blood.